Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another preview. This is MetalCanyon, and we'll be checking out a game by Blue Bottle Games called Ostranauts. Now, you probably know this if you're interested in this game, but this is the developer that also created Neo Scavenger with a very similar logo. And that, of course, is a very good game, which is, well, one of the reasons why I was so excited about this one as well. Now, it happens sort of in the same universe, but it doesn't happen on Earth. It happens out in space, in the star system. I believe it happens in the solar system, and I'm not sure if there's gonna be any other places to go to, because a lot of the game is based on real or at least plausible science, so no faster than light travel and so on and so forth. Anyway, one of the reasons why I'm so excited about this game, I'm going to start a new game, and yes, this is very early access, by the way, so everything you see is, well, it's probably going to change and be improved. But one of the real reasons I was so excited about this is because it gives you, well, a Firefly feeling. If you watch the Firefly series and you ever wanted to be Malcolm Reynolds and play a game like that where you have your own decrepit ship and you're just trying to get by, get some money together, do odd jobs here and there, salvage derelicts, well, this is pretty much it, just in the Neo Scavenger world. So yes, there will be like space monsters and weird phenomena and so on and so forth. Anyway, this game is very basic at the moment. More on that later. So first of all, you create your character. And this is probably all going to change anyway, but yeah, right now you cannot actually select your how your character will look. You can only randomize them, and it gives you both male and female as far as I can see. You can also check your pronouns. So anyway, let's just select something. I don't know. Will be this guy. Fine. And apparently when Owen Mendoza, you can change that, of course, but for now, we'll just click done. So just like in Neo Scavenger, you have a variety of statuses. You can get cold, too hot, you get hungry, thirsty, you get diseases, wounds, and so on and so forth. Right now, I don't think there is a way of actually checking that stuff like in... I don't think it's actually implemented like in Neo Scavenger. Like I said, a lot of the stuff is very early access. So anyway, unlike in Neo Scavenger, where you create your character, you also create your career here. So this is basically the years previously before you actually start your own job of salvaging derelicts on your own, with your own ship. So let's use the career kiosk here. There's only two possible qualifications at the moment, shipbreaker and prisoner. Even though it says not qualified for prisoner. Yeah, okay. Can't even click on prisoner. So the shipbreaker is the only background right now you can pick, but later on you'll have all of these available as well, possibly more, which is pretty cool. Now I like this because it gives you like a storyline way of creating your character. Just like a little bit in System Shock 2, for example, with those first years. So, midway through scrapping yet another hulk, the cockpit of your allotted salvage pod lights up with red telltale. Suddenly you're under thrust as one of the engines sends you spiraling away from the hulk's orbit into the black. It's unresponsive, and nobody has the fuel to come save you. You're expendable. If you want to live, it's up to you. So we can hack the engine, take the stick, so pilot it back, or abandon ship. So we're gonna actually take the stick. It takes you some truly inventive flying. With judicious time burns of the RCS, you slowly nudge your orbit nearer to that of an oncoming ore hauler. In the last stage of the interception, you bail out of the doomed pod, firing every bit of reactant left in suit's maneuvering thrusters, desperately hoping not to become a proverbial bug on the windshield. They hook you on their way past and slowly reel in the tether. It's magnetized to your boot. The experience is moderately humiliating. So, as you can see now, we've worked as a shipbreaker. We are skilled in designing and building spacecraft. We're skilled in zero-G movement and operations, and in piloting spacecraft. So, depending on what you select here, you'll get a bunch of these traits here, which you cannot choose later. So, this is pretty cool. So there's a few of these. Let's also hack the lock here so we get some hacking skills. We're gonna say no thanks to this. You decide to steer clear of this whole enterprise. Now, I'm just going quickly through this because let's also do this. There's not a lot of these at the moment. No thanks. Continue career. Take ship. All right. So we now take the ship. Okay, this is one of the ways this game is truly randomized. We're left with $98 of cash, which is, well, not enough. I was lucky last time on... I'll show you my other playthrough where I have over 10,000. But yeah, this is definitely not enough because you're supposed to buy your own supplies as well. And you do start with the basics. You do start with a pressure suit helmet and a pressure suit, as well as a drill and other stuff, but you don't really start with a war clamp, which is very nice to have, otherwise you don't see anything. You cannot really buy any hole patches here with our money. I mean, I could a few. Definitely cannot buy the laser torch, and we'll see whether that actually affects anything now or not. I don't think right now we need to actually eat. Well, I don't know, maybe. So I'm just gonna buy this, and we're pretty much broke. And here's the self-care kiosk, where you can customize your character how you want. So right now we got a bunch of negatives. For example, we're feeble, we're physically weaker than most. We're gonna take that away. Fragile, take that away. So we got 2 points left. We're gonna take away the immunosuppressed and micro G hypovolemic, and also insomniac. So we're now at -1. We'll need to get some negatives. We're gonna take away slow metabolism. We're gonna put in shy and light sleeper, for example, and take away visually impaired and unfit. So yeah, you can pretty much customize this. Right now, a lot of this stuff I don't think really matters because the game is quite basic. But yeah, later on this is gonna be quite important, especially because there's a lot of social interactions now, because you're gonna have a crew and such. So genius, I would say, pretty cool. I don't know, let's just say arrogant as well. And we're done. So this is our character now, and we can actually leave and launch, which is gonna be interesting with barely any money. Let's launch. Find your derelict. With one last look back at the barracks you've called home all these years, you step through the threshold into your salvage pod. It won't get far on its own, but you know of at least a few derelicts out there in the Kiosk boneyard that might be candidates for your next ship. Start checking the derelicts out and choose one to make your own. So, this is I really like this picture here, because I don't know, for some reason it does kind of remind me of Firefly, and I always wanted that sort of game where you go around on your own doing stuff. Now, the way the game is right now, it's very, very unforgiving. I'm pretty sure it's going to be unforgiving in the full release as well, but right now, when you start to learn things, look at my battery. It's only at 42 kilowatt hours and discharging fast, because of course this thing does not have a reactor of any sort, and we actually start with a much lower battery level as well. So these are all derelicts here. This is Kiosk, which is the space station we're at. We're gonna go for, I don't know, this one, for example, here. So first of all, we need to undock from oh wait, we're not even docked, are we? I think you start as undocked, so we can just go. Okay, so we're gonna turn, and of course this is in space, and because this game tries to follow some real science, we're going to engage our RCS thrusters, accelerate to about, I don't know, 1 kilometer a second, because the range to that derelict is about 73 kilometers. And then we're going to, there's also our reaction mass, which we have available. So we got 1.5 tons of reaction mass we can expel to propel ourselves. That's what the RCS uses. And here's our power reserve, which is draining fast. And of course, this power reserve means that when it's gone, we won't be able to pilot this life pod. It won't be producing oxygen or anything. So that's going to be lovely. So yeah, you can really get in a bad way with the random generator. We've got barely any money, we've got barely any power, and if this derelict is not good, and usually they're not because you have to fix them up quite a bit, well, it's not going to be a nice thing. The really cool thing about this game is that it's going to have a lot of these types of control panels. You know, not just, oh, press this button to fly there. No, you're actually going to have to click things. I'll show you that with a reactor on the derelict. Also strafe a little bit, start slowing down. I've started slowing down a little bit too late, maybe. I think we'll be fine. I'm zooming in. So 0.5 kilometers a second right now. We got a proximity warning. We're about 4 kilometers away from this. I'm gonna stop decelerating. I overdid it a little bit with the deceleration. That's quite annoying. We're gonna have to get within 1 kilometer to try and dock with this. There we go. I'm gonna slow down to quite almost nothing. Let's go to the docking station, select docking target, select this derelict, which is in the vicinity, docking clearance, and yes, accept. And now we get... Oh, I think we just crashed into it. Well, bumped into it. Fortunately, I don't think it did any damage. There we go. Clamp engage, and we're there. Okay. So, yeah, it didn't seem to do any damage. Check your batteries. Yes, I know. It's almost empty. So, now we actually get into the nitty-gritty. We've barely got anything because I didn't buy anything. Oh, that's so bad. Let's get rid of the PDA. Let's put on the war clamp. Turn it on, because otherwise we won't see anything. Put on the pressure suit. Oops. We have to take off our clothes first. Put on the pressure suit, and this. Close the doors, because, well, this will be depressurized otherwise. Because I'm pretty sure that the... I wanted to say Space Hulk. The derelict here. Oh, wow. Is that an EVA? It is an... Oh, it is an EVA helmet and an EVA suit. Holy moly, this thing is so expensive. I've never been this lucky. It's... Wow, well, wow. And wait a second, this thing is holding pressure here. Okay, so we'll have to pry this open because... Oh, yeah, we don't have the... We don't have a crowbar. Why can we not reach this location? Let's pick this up for now. Okay. Why can we not reach it? Let's move this crate out of the way as well. Please? Ah, oh, darn it. It's probably because we don't have... There's a hole patch here. Is there anything in this crate? No. Oh, no. Derelict looks okay. Well, there's holes here, so yeah. But this is holding pressure, actually. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I forgot to buy a crowbar, which is not a good idea. What we could do is uninstall the, no, not the floor. Uninstall the wall. I think that's a wall. Scans crazy. Missing items. Structure cutter. Yep. See, that's a problem now. We don't have the torch. So what we would have to do is go back. Don't forget to close this because otherwise, well, we didn't depressurize much. We would have to go back and yeah. Oh, the pressure is dropping here. Oh, that's cool though. Let's see. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, look at that thing. I've never seen that before. That's so cool. You can actually even go out into space with this EVA suit. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, unfortunately, we would have to fly back to K-Lag to sell this EVA suit or something else and buy the crowbar. Like I said, I was very unlucky with the cash here. With the career, but very lucky with what happened here. So anyway, let me show you a little bit of what's going on here. There will be lots of systems on the ship, so everything will be functional. So for example, all of these conduits are functional. They power things. They power the pumps here. As you can see, there's an air pump here. There's an RCS thruster here and here and here and here. There are pressure alarms here for oxygen. Here is a thermostat. We don't have a nitrogen detector anywhere apparently. There's a heater over here. There's a cooler on this side, and it's got cooling fins on the outside. I'm not really sure, because radiation cooling doesn't actually quite work, I believe, in space. I'm not sure to what extent it works. But of course, if there's no pressure, then we've got these RCS intake regulators and the canisters. So this is the regulator and 4 canisters. You can uninstall and install all of this stuff, including the floors, the walls. Of course, if I take away the walls, this entire thing will depressurize and we will die. So it's pretty cool. But like I said, in the early access, you cannot really build that much yet. You can build some walls, some lights, normal walls, floors, and doors. You've got your air pumps, you know, your basic life support. Wait a second, I can actually build this. What do I need for these things? Let's see. O2 bottle. Okay, yeah. Oh, I actually have an O2 bottle, apparently. That's fine. Cool. I didn't know that. Anyway, yeah, because your character is part of the crew, he does this automatically, and other crew would be doing it as well. So you can select orders here, what you want them to do, and they will do it. You've also got wow, a fusion reactor. You can build one, and liquid helium 3, which is used as a fuel, I believe, and deuterium, because you do use fusion reactors. So yeah, helium 3 would make sense. We've got conduits, lights, we've got sensors. There's the thermostat, O2 pressure, N2 pressure. So yeah, I like this a lot because it means that it's going to be very complex. Hopefully just like Neo Scavenger and even more. And I'm so excited about this, but let me show you the game I have been playing a little bit. And unfortunately, I'm not that lucky. I started very lucky with lots of funds. I found some really good stuff and sold it. But I found this lovely, lovely derelict here. Look at this. It's giant. It's got lots of space. It didn't have that much damage. I fixed it up now. However, unfortunately, I cannot seem to get it to properly pressurize. I think it's a bug. I even brought extra nitrogen and oxygen canisters here because I'm actually running out of... Yeah, oxygen is running out quite quickly. I'm almost out of nitrogen, which is not very good. But yeah, this thing looked awesome. There was a bedroom here with a fridge, all of these heaters, all of these storage for oxygen and nitrogen, fuel here, reactor here with lots of batteries. Of course, that is beeping now because there's not enough oxygen here. We can close these doors, but I don't think it's gonna make a difference. Oh, come on, close the doors. There. So up on the top right, you can see there the pressure. Oxygen pressure is going up very slowly. And I still have my suit on. All of this stuff is just scrap and stuff that I've been picking up. And there's the torch, which you need, and the crowbar, of course. So I was like, yes, I finally did it. This was my, like, 5th try where I did something properly. Because, you know, the game has a pretty steep learning curve. But yeah, for the life of me, I think it's a bug. I fixed all the walls, all the holes in the floor. It even says for all of these in the top right, if you see, it says walkable floor compartment. Otherwise, it said exterior when there were holes in the hole. So now it says compartment, yet the thing still depressurizes very quickly when I open any of these doors. So this room is fine. This one as well, this one as well, this one as well. But as soon as I open it to this one, because all of this is connected, it depressurizes. So I don't know if either it's just too big or I don't know. But yeah, it's a little bit disheartening. Anyway, I'm very excited about this game, but what are the negatives, for example? One is the UI. It's a little bit, I wouldn't say unintuitive, because you right-click on things you want to interact with, and then you get options like, okay, there's a conduit here, a floor here, and also a door. I want to interact with the door. I can open it, access the lock, or whatever. There we go. There's the lock. It's unlocked at the moment. But sometimes when you want to do things quickly, for example, when you wanted to go through an airlock and quickly close it behind you because you don't want air to escape, or like this, for example, door close. It's a little bit clunky. And sometimes if you click too quickly, there's quite a lot of bugs present. It'll freeze you in place with the UI and you won't be able to do anything. So that's a little bit annoying. So if we look at the fusion reactor over here, I'm going to shut this baby off. There we go. So this is what you would find on a ship on a derelict, which wouldn't have the fusion reactor working. So over here you've got the ignition sequence, which I followed religiously the first couple of times, but then figured out, wait a second, I guess it's not really implemented. All you have to do is just flip everything on. So battery, there we go, there's the battery. I love this though. Alright, just turn on the field coils, the fuel regulation, turn on the laser alignment, PEL feed, not really sure what that is, cryo, MHD, and we're ready for ignition. Boop, there we go. And the reactor is on. Put it on to charging the batteries, and that's it. Reactor is running. Not very nicely. It's a bit rough, as you can see, because the core should be in a vacuum, I guess. But yeah, it is running, and it is eating about 25 kilograms of helium-3 a day. And about 16 of deuterium a day. Yeah, so we do have quite a bit of it, 44 tons of it, and we've got almost 5 tons of helium-3, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I do love all of this stuff. But so would I recommend you to buy this game if you're interested in this sort of stuff? You see, look how big and nice this place is, and I fixed it up. I don't understand. Would I recommend it? Yes and no. Now let me explain. I would not recommend it if you wish to buy this game and play it right now and enjoy it and blah blah blah. Because right now, like I said, it's... Oh, I thought there was a hole there. It's very basic in a way. Yeah, there's nothing there. There's quite a lot of bugs. There's not that many features. It's quite nice to do and walk around and do stuff, but yeah, there's so many bugs stopping you from doing things like this one where I fixed everything up and the pressure is still escaping. I think my guy is gonna start suffocating in a short while because I've been in this suit for quite a long time. No, not the conduit. Door closed. See, and I'm losing so much pressure here. We're pretty much in a vacuum now. So yeah, if you want to play it right now, I would not recommend it. There we go. Oh yeah, we're terrified, feeling nauseous because we're losing pressure in the suit. I mean, not pressure, but not enough oxygen. Guy's a bit scared. So we're gonna have to hope that this will actually work here, despite the fact that there's barely any nitrogen left. And however, if you wish to play this at a later date and you have the confidence in the developer that this will be much improved, many more features added, and personally I do, because I see what they're building on already and I know how awesome Neo Scavenger was, then I would definitely recommend buying it now because, well, it's early access, it's much cheaper, and right now it's on sale. I think it's still on sale anyway. But anyway, yeah, I'm very, very excited about this. It looks pretty cool. There's a steep learning curve, like I said. You'll have to replay it quite a few times before you get the hang of things. And even then, you'll be stopped by bugs and random stuff and so on and so forth. But I think with social interactions, with combat, with your own crew, this is really going to come a bit close to feeling like Malcolm Reynolds in Firefly. I love it. Anyway, enough of me babbling. I hope you've enjoyed this little preview, and I will see you in another video. So have a good one. Bye-bye.